This video is on multiplying a monomial by a polynomial. Here I have a monomial times a trinomial. It is distributive property. When you distribute this 2n 3 times to all three terms in parentheses, in the first term you get 6n to the fourth. 2 times 3 is 6, n to the first times n to the third. Keep the common base, add the exponents, you get 6n to the fourth. Then you distribute it to the second term. 2n times 4n squared is 8n cubed. Multiply the coefficients, and when you multiply the variables, you add the exponents. And 2n times 2 is 4n. So your answer is a trinomial. That's all you have to do, but I will say that has a degree of 4 and a leading coefficient of 6. Try 1a. On 1a, when you distribute the monomial to all three terms in parentheses, you get negative 20a to the fourth, positive 10a to the third, and negative 35a squared. You have a trinomial with a degree of 4 and a leading coefficient of negative 20. Try this one. We'll call it 1b. It's labeled example 1. Give it a try. When you distribute, you get negative 21x to the fourth, 3x cubed, negative 12x squared. Trinomial, degree of 4, leading coefficient negative 21. We will write our answers in standard form, which is descending order of degree or descending order of exponent. Try number 1. When you distribute this x, I could distribute to the 5x first, then the x squared, but I know that when I write it in standard form, I'm going to end up writing this one first, because when I multiply, I'm going to get a degree of 2. The other one, I'm going to get a degree of, I'm going to get a degree of 3 on this one. I'm going to get a degree of 2 on this one. So you could write it backwards and then rewrite it. I'm going to do it right to start with. So I'm going to distribute here first, get x cubed. Then I'm going to distribute here and get 5x squared. If you wrote 5x squared plus 3x and then rewrote it correctly, that's fine. But you should have a binomial, degree of 3, leading coefficient of 1. If you didn't write in standard form, your leading coefficient would be wrong. Number 2. On number 2, inside parentheses is in standard form, so I should be able to distribute left to right. 4x cubed, 3x squared, 2x. Trinomial, degree of 3, leading coefficient of 4. Number 3. Okay, you can distribute left to right. Matter of fact, I'll do that just for simplicity. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. X, no x in this term, so it stays. Y times y is y squared. Now I'm going to distribute to the second term. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. X times x squared is x cubed. Don't have anything to multiply the y by. Now I started to distribute to this one first because I knew I'd have to rewrite it, because my degree of the first term is 3, my degree of the second term is 4. So to put that in standard form, it should be negative 8x cubed y, and then negative 4xy squared. You have a binomial with a degree of 4 and a leading coefficient of negative 8. Number 4. Number 4, distribute left to right will be fine on this one. You get negative 2g cubed, positive 4g squared, negative 4g. Number 5, left to right will be, number 5. Now, number 5, left to right will be fine. 3x times x to the fourth is 3x to the fifth. Then you get 3x to the fourth. Then you get 3x to the third. Trinomial, degree of 5, leading coefficient of 3. number 6. And number 6, left to right will be fine. Negative 8x to the 4th, positive 8x squared, negative 12x, trinomial, degree of 4, leading coefficient negative 8. I'm doing these on the fly, so if I make a mistake, call me on it. Number 7. Number 7, if you go left to right, you'll have to rearrange them. So I'm going to distribute to this one first. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Your a stays, and x times x is x squared. Then you get negative 40ax. Degree of 3 here, degree of 2 here. So the degree of the whole binomial is 2, leading coefficient negative 12. Number 8. Number 8, I know I'm going to have to rearrange them, but I'm going to go left to right because we have to deal with alphabetical and multiple degrees and different things. So this times this is negative 12, and let's write them alphabetical, xy. And to here, 3 times negative 6 is negative 18, and let's go alphabetical, x cubed y, degree of 4. Then multiply here. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Y times y is y squared. Now, to put it in standard form, this term goes first because it has a degree of 4. These both have a degree of 2. Technically, alphabetically would be this term because it has an x in it and this doesn't. Not a big deal if you get that wrong, but you do need to get your leading coefficient right. So negative 18 x cubed y goes first. My leading coefficient is negative 18. Then because of alphabetical, I'm going to write this term next and this term last, even though they both have a degree of 2. So trinomial, degree of 4, leading coefficient of negative 18. Number 9. Again, I'm going to go left to right and then look at it. So 2 times 3 is 6. X squared times x to the first, x cubed. Y squared times y to the first, y cubed. Now to my second term. 2 times 2 is positive 4. X squared, nothing multiplied by stays. Y squared times y to the first is y cubed. Now to the third term. 2 times 5 is 10. X to the second times x to the first is x to the third. The y squared, nothing to multiply it by. Have a degree of 6, 5, and 5. Those two, it really doesn't matter which one goes first, as long as this one goes first overall, because it has the highest degree of 6. So we're just going to leave it just like it is. We have a trinomial with a degree of 6, leading coefficient of 6. Thank you.